Good evening, traders. This is CloudChartist with your weekly Ichimoku chart wrap-up. I'm going to make some separate videos tonight for the regular futures that I go through, some ag futures, some currency futures, and some stocks. So I'm going to separate those out into different videos, keep the video length down and my organization factor high. So we're going to start off looking at CL here, light sweet crude. The April contract just opened. So we noticed that last week's chart closed under the Tenkan-sen. That is important because Tenkan-sen was offering support, and the prior week we had a close above the Tenkan-sen, which was bullish for a reversal up towards the flat Kijun-sen above. But now that the last week's candle closed below the Tenkan-sen, it's really important for bulls for it to reclaim the Tenkan-sen, which is currently located at 5106. So that's a level we want to watch on a weekly close. And if we do start trading above that level, then game is still on for bulls. If we get below the close of this last candle, I would think that it's entirely possible we retest the lows on crude. Okay, next up we have the ES. This is a perfect example of an extremely bullish Ichimoku chart. Everything about this chart is perfectly bullish. We have price above the cloud, above the Tenkan-sen. The Tenkan-sen is above the Kijun-sen. Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen are both pointing up. The Chikou is free. Chikou is this red line representing price, representing current price, so whatever's going on here, time shifted 26 periods into the past. So Chikou can go as high as it wants without anything to run into. And we have a rising cloud below, offering rising support. So bullish all around for the ES. Next up we have the YM, the Dow futures, similar to the ES, but the cloud is not as rising as nicely. We do have a flat space where the cloud is leveling off here ahead. We'll see, as long as we can stay above the highs here, above the 18,000 level, fully bullish. Next up we have the Russell TF futures. I just drew fibs on this chart I like to draw my fibs from real candle bodies rather than wicks. So I drew my fibs from this high to this low, and that gave me a 127.2 extension, which I think is a reasonable target for the Russell as we trade higher here. The chart is fully bullish. One point of concern for bulls, or a couple points of concern for bulls in the Russell, is as we move into April and May, we have a lower cloud, we have a cloud twist, and a very flat and thin cloud. So as we get into the future, a month or so, we do have that sort of danger area where price could be attracted back down towards the flat cloud here, or even through. Price likes to be attracted to cloud twists, so it could break through here, but we would need to do a lot of we would not need to see a lot of selling before that. We need to lose the Tenkan-sen first. So as long as price stays above the Tenkan-sen, it's fully bullish. Moving on, we have silver. In a similar way, I drew fibs on silver because I was curious if there was any reason why price happened to stop here as it was selling after it reversed last week. And it happens to be the 13.3 fib at 1620, and price tagged 1623 and then bounced and closed over 1620. So that's interesting. very bearish here, fully bearish under the cloud. Bearish that it lost the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen. So we could hold this general area and chop around sideways for a while, or we could, if we lose 1620, I'd be looking for a retest of the lows, probably, maybe even a new low. So very cautious if you're bullish on silver here. Next up we have gold. Similar in that it's holding true to some fib levels that I've drawn here. Also fully bearish. Interesting that last week put in a potential reversal candle after this downtrend, but then we failed to reverse and instead continued lower. Lost this range that I was watching that we had defined between the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. So last week we tagged the Tenkan-sen, or approximately tagged the Tenkan-sen, then sold down below to this 23.6 1202 level. I had been personally looking for gold to trade back below 1200 for a while, so my thesis had been proved correct there. Next up we have bonds. We have the 30-year Treasury bond, ZB. This is a tricky time because the new contract is going to be opening up and it's priced very strangely. It's, as you can tell by this number up here, it's priced in the 156, well, sorry, in the 160 area, 159 area. So it should prove to screw up the charts significantly in the coming time, but at the moment we can see that last week's candle came down and almost hit the Kijun-sen. I was looking for a test of the Kijun-sen. I was disappointed that it did not test the Kijun-sen. So, and then closed in the middle of this range defined by the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. So overall the chart is still bullish, slightly less bullish. It's obviously in a fast time frame downtrend still. So we'll see what happens if we can get back over 147 on this contract, which who knows what that will be on the new contract. Then bulls might not have a chance, and if we get below 143.20 Kijun-sen, then definitely look for more selling. Next up we have the 10-year ZN, similar to ZB. Looks quite a bit more precarious here in that this has this sort of crevasse to fall into. But we could, if we manage to hold this 127.10 level, we could continue to chop sideways and then find support. This is, all of March is in this area, so we could find support in the beginning of April, and then continue to have cloud support. So there's a cloud twist down here and a flat cloud, so if we get some selling momentum, we could be attracted to this area or this flat area here. But we need to lose this Kijun-sen first in order for that to happen. Okay, well that's all I have for that set of futures. Make sure to check out my other videos that I'll be posting with some commodity futures, some currency futures, and some stock charts. And good luck trading this week, and thanks for watching.